Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on Playboi Carti. Interestingly enough, I know somebody I did not expect I would be doing a reading on. In fact, I intended to do a reading on Lotto because they just recently did a collab together 3 weeks ago, and I wanted to check in on Lotto. However, what I found to be overwhelming in the comments is the fact that people were talking about how Playboi Carti is doing all these features and being a part of everybody's song except his own and promoting his own album. So that sounds like I need to do a reading. And Kai Cenat.
What is music missing in the year 2025? What is music missing? You know what we missing? The Playboi Carti album. He needs to drop. Okay. For real. Carti gotta drop. I know Carti gonna see this. Carti just dropped. I'm on national TV. Drop, gang. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we missing. In my world, a lot of people need that. So we need to make sure that happens.
Kai Cenat has even at the red carpet at the Grammys, I believe, talked about how 2025 needs the I Am Music album release that apparently Playboi Carti had teased last year. And this is an album that has been in the wait since like pretty much 2021. So because of that, it seems like he's pretty much doing collaborations with everybody. I mean, even Iggy Azalea, who I'm not sure if they're still married. I don't know what their whole family relationship dynamic is. However, Iggy has mentioned that it's been hard for her to get in contact with Playboi Carti, and he's pretty much been ghost for several months. So that gives us a mindset of where he is and maybe what's taking him so long in producing this music. Maybe he could be a perfectionist and really wants to promote, really craft this album and want it to be perfect. He could be like really meticulous about that. However, I am going to pull cards because it sounds like the fans are crying out. You even have the big YouTuber Kai saying, I know in my space that this is well needed. Oh my gosh. He was like, hopefully. And everybody doesn't believe Playboi Carti. He's teasing they're doing math like sometime in the spring or summer. The album's supposed to be released because that would have been 6 months from September. But some fans are saying I'm not buying it. And so the album has literally been released and I've listened to it. So it sounds like his fans is not well receiving him well. So let's find out what's going on with Playboi Carti. What's up with you? Okay, I was just making sure my cards weren't upside down. I know they're all kind of mixed matched. Okay. I was honestly trying to fight that card. So these two cards wanted to come out. I don't know if I want to surprise myself. However, I guess I will. Just doing a little something different. So let's find out what cards are around him at this moment. Oh, wow. That's great. Above his head is the World card. I like that. Underneath him is the Seven of Pentacles. I also like that in terms of his career, where he's trying to go. Oh, Two of Wands. I love that even more. This reading seems like it's really good and kind of promising. I'm not trying to get your all hopes up, but it really does seem like he's going to be dropping this album this year. And he really is meant it in 6 months from September. He might drop this album, and he's supposedly supposed to be going on tour 2 this year. I don't know. He's got a lot going on in the creative department. It was all too good. It was all looking bright. I'm sorry, guys. I may have gotten your hopes up. We have the Nine of Swords as the outcome, as his future card. However, it could all turn around. The outcome card will really determine that. But let's see what his fears are. The Hangman. Now that's interesting because I thought he embraced the hangman. So let's see what his hopes is. Temperance. Yeah, this is starting to make it a lot more clear. Friends, family, loved ones, and most definitely fans. Nine of Cups. Ooh, fans are getting a little antsy. And the outcome card. The Seven of Cups. I'm not sure if you want that as your outcome. Okay, so with that being said, are you guys ready to see what the surprises are for what represents him at this very moment? I know it's 2 cards. So this first card that will be flipped over is just, you know what? This card at the very bottom is going to symbolize him. And this card on top, I'm going to say symbolize what could be weighing him down or what he's currently processing. I wonder if I'm going to wish I switched those roles. How he is at this very moment is the 10 of Wands, which is actually quite fitting because usually this is a period of either you're going to abandon ship or you're going to press forward and you're going to reach new heights and new endeavors. Let's see. Is he going to push through what's weighing him down? Like what's crowning this ceiling that he has to puncture through if he will? Oh, I like that. It's the Star card. The Star card symbolizes literally as a celebrity having the spotlight on him. However, by him also having the spotlight on him and he keeps talking about an album release and doesn't have the follow-up, the fans are starting to get weary and not actually believe anything he has to say. So because of that, his words are losing credibility with the fans. And that's the last place you want to lose your credibility with. So for that one, for Playboi Carti, I would like to say that the spotlight or having stardom or being in the spotlight or in the celebrity kingdom could also be a pressure and a burden for him. However, what I see above his head is the World card. And this world symbolizes, weirdly enough, everything available. Actually, it's coming full circle. Now, does this mean he's come full circle and he's getting ready to produce this album? Like I said, what could be weighing him down, but also what's crowning him and what honestly, truthfully does really crown us are stars because they're always above our head. So because of that, it seems like everything is falling into place. It's like divine timing. It's like the World card. Everything is falling into place. It's finally coming along. He's finally getting that, yes, that just final ink drying on the paper, feeling it like, this is it. This is the album. He's almost there. It feels like it's coming to that point where it's getting full circle. And maybe that's why he could have taken some time away from his relationship. I don't know. I'm kind of speculating. I'm an Iggy fan. So because of that, I just feel, especially as she's talked about that she's basically a single parent to their 4-year-old child. But whole side tangent back to his career. What's underneath him and under his foundation is the 7 of Pentacles, which is honestly a great card when it comes to your career, because usually this is a time of reflecting, like this Hangman card, which I was picking up earlier in this reading, which is why I said it seems weird he would fear a reflective period, because here with this being his foundation, he has really taken time to take inventory on his creative endeavors. Just because he's so busy collaborating with everybody, being on this person's album, being on that person's album, being on that feature, being that headliner, being that co-performer on tour. He's doing all of that so that way he could alleviate the pressure of having to show up and present an album. Like while he's like, really, honestly, he truthfully could have just, I mean, maybe at this point the fans would have preferred this, but he could have truthfully, honestly, just abandoned you guys, left no music for you guys as he works on this album. Like he truly feels like he wished he wanted to work on it like that, because if he did, he could have provided the album way sooner. But instead, It's all about, it's really on him, this 10 of wands. It's him taking on some burdens, him feeling like this project isn't as strong as it could be. It's not living up to his standard. Maybe he had to go through like a dark night of the soul with this album, and the fact of trying to figure out, why can't I create this album? And here we see the Two of Wands. And usually the Two of Wands symbolizes a coming together and a partnership. Well, yes, we do see that he is, while working on his album, still within his music career, working and collaborating with others within the industry is still keeping him relevant. Also, at the same time, he's getting that spark within himself, that drive. He's getting because he sounded good on what Blixum with Lotto. His flow. I'm not sure if I've listened to his music before, but that verse sounded pretty good to me, at least from what I heard. So because of that, it sounded like he was really like coming back to it. And even the fans in the comments were saying like, wow, he's doing so great for everybody else, but not for himself. So because of that, he feels the pressure and he feels the burden, and he hears what the fans are saying, and he hears them crying out. But it's an internal thing. It's something that he's going through within himself, that he's not pleased with the direction that he's taking with this album, or it was going in one direction and then something must have happened in his life, and because of that, now he wants to take the album in a completely different direction, or maybe he wants to reflect on something, or maybe he got a clear eye opening about something. Like I said, it came to that full circle, come fully round. It's the World card. He's thinking about getting back into the business, getting back into the industry, getting back into the world, producing what he creates as the Seven of Pentacles shows, taking inventory on what Playboi Carti has created so far, and where he's going to be taking his career forward. And what we see with that is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is like a burden, but really this is a burden on himself, because it is stewing in negativity. It's kind of like my favorite card to explain outside of any card that has a snake. But this symbolizes stewing the negativity, like I said, with him being the Ten of Wands. Actually, it's very fitting that I picked the cards in the order that I did, because this Ten of Wands and this Nine of Swords go hand in hand. This Ten of Wands is a burden. It's weighing him down. It's not allowing him to move forward. He's like at that standstill. He's like at a stall, like a stalemate with his career at this moment. And whatever is blocking his mind, maybe there's so much going on in his life, so many things that he's obligated to, got to do this, got to do that. Be a husband, father, artist, and everything that he does. That could be, like I said, I'm not too familiar with Playboi Carti, but also all those things could weigh on your mental. Just think about all the things on life. And it seems like he really is taking the time, or he really wants this I Am album to be something that is a statement, something that is a true testimony, that when he puts it out, it reaches the time and it vibes with everybody, and it's going to hit that frequency and hit that wavelength, hit that pulse, is what he's hoping for when he releases this album. However, hearing what the fans have to say and knowing that he's not delivering or hasn't delivered, and you guys are starting to not accept what he's offering, he's starting to feel worried within himself, wondering if he does release his album. Like, you think about it, you're putting all this work into your album, you have all these other side projects that you're doing to keep the fans filled, and all your fans are doing is sitting here just like, you know what, don't even come out the album, what are you doing? And they're like, fans are just like getting upset with you, and you're just like, but this album was supposed to be really great. And the fans are just like, we don't care at this point. It's too long, too late. Get something new. And it's just like, he feels nervous that if he does release the album, that the fans are literally just going to let it flop. And maybe you guys will be so critical and so harsh. That's how he's perceiving it. Not that you guys will literally be that way, but that's how he perceives it. And because of that, that's what weighs him down. That what makes him worry. Just when he thinks it's just right, he thinks some more negative comments could come his way, or he could just feel a certain type of way, like maybe there's something I could do just a little bit more, just a little bit more. I know it's going to be a little bit longer, but if I come out with perfection, they can't be mad at me. If it is bomb, they can't be mad at me. But if it's anything less short of divine, I'm going to get ate up, is how he's feeling. And that explains why this Hangman card is here. He is feeling like he's pinned up against the wall. Like anything that he does at this moment is criticized, like the Star card says. He's under that microscope. The spotlight is shining bright on him. And the fans are saying, where you at, Playboi Carti? Show up. And when you show up, show up. And he's like, I will. Hopefully you guys see that I show up, is how he's feeling. He's like, I've done all this work. I've connected with myself. I've gotten in tune with my music. I feel like I'm much more connected, and that when this album does come out, or when I do release more music, or when I start releasing music from this point forward, you're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to connect with it, because he's been able to find that balance. He's trying to find himself inwardly and outwardly. Because the best way to put it is, the way you are inwardly is just going to project itself outwardly. So because of that, if you really do that inner work, you really work on yourself and get to learn yourself and learn your being and learn your limitations, learn to find that temperance, maybe know when you're pushing yourself too much, or maybe when to let go of the brakes, and you know that you're putting too much gas to the pedal. And it's all of that temperance is learning that balance, learning to say is enough with this project, and just release it, and know that when you release it, whatever people are saying now, just know that is now, that in the future, when you do release that album, they're going to receive it. That's what he has to keep himself encouraged with, and keep himself reminded about. And what I see here with his fans is really going to honestly receive it. It is the 9 of Wands. I mean, not the 9 of Wands. It is the 9 of Cups. And it's another moon card, honestly. Is there a moon card here? Oh, yes, it is, right above it, with the 7 of Cups. All that moon symbolizes going inward, symbolizes being emotional at this time. Maybe he really could be having going on a lot with himself, or what he's going through in his personal life behind closed doors. Because I did read that he seems to keep an air of mystique, and you really don't know what he's doing, so much so that Iggy's like, I don't even know where he is. Don't ask me. So because of that, he's a hard person to pinpoint. And because of that, beforehand, it could have played to his favor, the unpredictability. However, now it's kind of like an old playbook, and the fans feel as though in this time, especially in this day and age, you need to be less mysterious and more relatable. Fans need to be able to relate to you and be able to connect more to your music than just a vibe, a message that the industry is trying to push. It needs to be something of substance. And I'm sure Playboi Carti can provide something of substance. However, this 9 of Cups symbolizes that the fans might not just accept anything, though. And because of that, they do have him held to a little bit of a higher standard.
Playboi Carti billboard spotted for I Am Music, and it says, music is coming soon? Let's be dead ass for just 1 second. I am not going to lie to you. I do not give a fuck about a billboard talking about music is coming. Bro, I will not believe that this album is officially out until I've played it at least 5 times over and we're a month ahead of the release and it's still up on Spotify. This billboard does not mean anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, we just need the album. Done with the promotions, done with all this shit. All right, just drop it. Just drop it. Because anytime we see some shit about I Am Music soon, or I Am Music is coming, or music is coming, we're not going to believe it. It's not going to cut it. We're going to need the real deal now, okay? Enough of this shit, bro. We do not need this.
And because of that, that leaves him feeling worried that because his fans aren't just going to accept any kind of music release, any kind of album, any kind of production, that he really has to be on his A game, and he's really checking his P's, his Q's, crossing his T's and dotting his I's, and gone through the whole alphabet 4 times. So that way he didn't miss nothing. So because of that, I want to know, will his album, I Am Music, be released in 2025? Yes will be all positive cards. No will be all negative cards. And then it maybe would be like a mixture or like neutral cards where it's like up in the air where you really can't tell. And it's not like a huge definitive answer. So come on, Carti. What you releasing? Okay. I see a ship. I like that. A ship symbolizes going somewhere, symbolizes getting from point A to point B, symbolizes a journey and evolution. Before he wasn't producing an album, so now that means if you weren't doing anything, then the only other thing you can do is to go do something, which is what this ship card symbolizes. The snake card. Literally. What else can I say? The snake card symbolizes maybe there, if he doesn't release the album, it's just because something comes in the way from him being able to release the album. I'm not sure. And he really wants to release this album. Like, seriously, guys, I'm not even kidding. He would really like to release this album. And maybe if he doesn't release this album, outside of the fact that there are things that are preventing him from releasing it, it could just be himself. And you know how you have the like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. He's just too busy listening to the devil, and it's just keeping him filled and keeping him in that constant state of negativity, that perpetual negativity that's never going to keep him, that's never going to allow him to move forward. And if he doesn't move forward, then he's going to be stuck. And if he's going to be stuck, he can't complete the task at hand, which is his career that he truly loves. So with that being said, let's just pull out one more card to see if this will be the determining factor. At this point, it can only be the majority wins. I literally hate to be a bearer of bad news, but this message of concern says he might not release this album, and honestly, maybe if he doesn't release this album in 2025, he just might abandon ship altogether and just forget this album. But I want to know something very key, important. I want to know, does Playboi Carti like suffer with depression or like anxiety or like phobias that like keep him from showing up to the task the best he could in the creative department, of course, you know, those creative blocks. Okay. A book. I feel like that means that's a secret, but I will try to pry anyway. Occupation. Keeping himself distracted, if so, whatever it is, music might be a distraction, or he's distracting himself so he doesn't have to focus on his music. I did say at the beginning, it's the determining factor. Do you push forward, or do you just surrender to the project and say, let bygones be bygones and cut your losses? You got to start weighing the balance here. But then that would leave the fans disappointed. And lastly, to answer if he is suffering from any mental impairments that keep him from being creatively inclined for his own albums, of course. The star card again. You know what? I'm almost inclined to. I don't know how to phrase this. I'm not sure if I want to ask, is he tired of being in the industry? Is he just fulfilling contracts at this point? Is he just burdened down by like the fans and like the Hollywood is just starting to get too much for him? Like, geez, what is with the star? Does he need navigation? Is Playboi Carti lost? Like, what's up? What's going on with you, Playboi Carti? The well? Geez, things run deep with him. He really doesn't open up much. Child. Could it be his inner child, maybe some wounds, or is he just doing things for his child? And the burden card. The burden card. But also could symbolize his religion. You could leave things up to higher divine intervention, saying, hey, if this album is meant for me to be, then I will release this album. But also it seems like what's going on in his life and what could be preventing him from showing up the way he wants to could be something that really stems from his childhood. Or it could stem from the fact that something within him is broken, or as I said earlier, he's not quite dealing with. And so he finds things to preoccupy himself. So it's kind of like scattering his energy. I'm going to focus here. I'm going to focus there. I'm going to focus this. I'm going to focus that. And because of that, he never really gets anything truly done the way he needs it to get it done. And the fans are starting to get tired of it. However, I just want to pull one more card. Will Playboi Carti leave the music industry? I just got to know for the fans, because I wonder if the fans would be the reason that like chase him from being in the stardom. Okay. What's up, Playboi? I mean, honestly, with the name Playboi Carti, I think he lives up to his name. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to diss you in your reading. Okay. Card to pick on if Playboi Carti is going to stay within the music industry. I think I'm just going to leave it right there because that is... Okay. I was just making sure that I was looking promising because this mother, I didn't want to get my own hopes up, and this Mother of Wands was so good that I was just like, oh my god, this looks like it's about to be a great ending, and I should just really leave it here. But nope, the other two cards that I was going to pull were just right along with that. I'm like, okay, I can feel this is finally give some hope to the reading for Playboi Carti, and I'm gonna call you Party Gang. Can I call you Party Gang? I don't know. I don't know. Was that corny? However, here how he feels about leaving the industry. He's definitely going to transform. He's going to rise, not quite like the Phoenix. I'm over exaggerating here. He's definitely going to transform. Like I said, this Hangman, this Temperance, this Two of Wands, and this 10 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and kind of the 7, 9 of Wands, Swords, all tell the tale of he's going through something, some transformative change, that it's all inward, that whatever he's going through, he's taking the time to really work on himself to show up better for his, show up better in life, or show up better for his music career. Just give the fans what they truly want. And because of that, he truly loves his career. He definitely does. He will defend his career. He would defend his title. He will defend his status. He's just like, I'm definitely not going anywhere. Do not get that twisted. And we see the 8 of Wands following after that, which symbolizes 8 moving on. However, moving on with creative spark, because it's like the bonfire, the campfire that's getting ready to get sparked by this lightning. And this lightning's that, yes, like I said at the beginning, he was waiting for that final touch, that ink to dry, just to be, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That where he just swayed just right. Like, yeah, that's right. He was waiting for that. That's what this card is. And finally it struck hot. He struck gold. He feels like that when he does come through, if he does come through, who knows, something could come along. It's a roller coaster here. It's an up and down. It's going to be a cycle, fans. You're going to be on a journey with him as long as he feels this negativity of a pit, because it's going to be highs. It's going to be lows. It's going to be the best album in the world too. It's going to be the worst album in the world. So because of that, as long as he has those highs and lows and how he feels about his own art as he's trying to love it, and also love it enough to give it to you fans at the same time as he goes through that creative process, don't be surprised if he really does truly abandon ship and somehow get preoccupied. However, he is going to still in that mother energy. Wow, actually. Mother of Wands and the Mother of Pentacles, both fire and earth. So both creative drive, passion, energy to get that project going. And the Pentacles, that project, that physical earth, that world card, if you want to talk about, he's thinking, he's really thinking, he's really trying to figure out how can he do what he needs to do to get from point A to point B, to finally deliver this album to you guys, to finally get past the snake and maybe be like, snake, you won't distract me no more. And these messages of concerns, these thoughts that you fill me up, these negativities that keep me stuck, keep me bounded from moving forward, I'm not going to allow. And yes, it's okay to have some healthy fears, but to get stuck in the fears, it's going to hold you back. And when you get held back, it's just not going to be good for anybody, the creative project, for yourself, for those around you. And because of that, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Playboi Carti. I sure did. Hopefully I gave you fans some simmer of hope. It's still looking a bit shoddy, as the cards say and as the media says, but it's all up in the air. If it comes through, it's truly a breakthrough within himself if he finally released this album this year. But who knows? It's up in the air. But he truly, really does want to get this album out to you guys. He really does do love you guys. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Playboi Carti. And please leave your comments down below. How did you feel? If there's somebody you would like me to read on, please let me know down below in the comments. And please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. It will really help out the channel and mean a lot to us. Please and thank you. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers!